Welcome all of you folks. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. On the left here, we've got Graham Bramblett, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. He lived in Nashville for 10 years as a songwriter and everyman, and I hope we hear about what an everyman is. He performs locally and nationally, or regionally, I'm sorry, and he's got a CD called Under the Lights. In the middle, Katie Vernon, born and raised in London. She's been writing songs for as long as she can remember. She plays all over the state, and in the summer will be touring the UK for the first time. Has appeared on numerous radio programs, as well as appearing with Garrison Keillor, and I hope we hear about some of that cool stuff in your storytelling. On the right, we have CharlieO, originally from South Milwaukee, music teacher, choir director, owns the Music Connection in Forest Lake, performs 50 to 75 times a year, both originals and cover music. So a little bit about the songwriters in the round. Each performer is going to tell a short story and perform a song, and then the next person is going to tell a short story and perform a song, and they'll just keep going around until we run out of time. And I'll say, take it away, Graham.
All right. Howdy, everybody. It's good to be here. Thank you, Andrew, for inviting us. So to kind of kick things off, I'm going to play a song called Big Love, which is off my CD called Under the Lights, that's available for sale and on iTunes and all that good stuff. The story behind the song, since we're in that kind of space, is many years ago, as Andrew mentioned, I was in Nashville, and I was actually out on the road for about a year and a half with a good friend of mine who got a record deal, and I was his guitar player. And so we came to, he was from Arkansas, and we were going to his hometown, and we were on our way, and kind of where the four-lane, or the two-lane goes into 4 lanes, and you kind of turn into the town, and you start to slow down, and he said, you know, up in about half a mile, my Uncle Lloyd lives up here, and I bet you anything he's in his driveway waving at cars. And we kind of chuckled about it, and so we kept driving. Sure enough, in half a mile there was Uncle Lloyd in his lawn chair waving at all the cars. And so that's where this song was really born out of. I have some family from Arkansas too, so a couple things kind of melded into to create this song, but it's called Big Love. It goes like this. Got his pink lawn chair on the concrete driveway, waving at the cars flying down the highway, sipping on something cold and sweet, black dog in the grass by the old pine tree. That Buick in the back has got a little bit of rust. Doesn't move too fast, but it can make it to church. Till he makes her rounds with a mop and broom, watches her stories in the afternoon. They call it a small life, they got a big love. Don't have no ass on me too much to hear them say more than enough. They call it a small life, they got a big love. Had 3 of their own, all born and raised. Now the years have flown and turned a few hairs gray. I wish they'd come around just a little bit more. Always see the light on, never lock the door. They call it a small life, they got a big love. They don't have, don't ask, don't need too much to hear them say they got more than enough. They call it a small life, they got a big love. They say there's no secret to it, this thing called happiness. It's all in how you choose it.
the things you'll ever need, the best ones still come free. You can never lose that. They call it a small life, they got a big love. Don't ask, don't need too much to hear them say they got more than enough. They call it a small life, but they got a big love. Big love.
I love that you thought he was gonna be there, and he was there. That's pretty funny.
Uncle Lloyd.
There he is. That's so good. So thank you for having me. I just live in White Bear Lake, so I will be back. This is very convenient for me. Yay! White Bear Lake, northeast suburbs. I'm halfway tempted to just keep going to Duluth to buy my favorite fish sandwich, which is so good. Has anyone been to Northern Waters in Duluth? I see one lady nodding. The Cajun fin sandwich. So good. If they could sponsor me, I would plug them at every show, because I kind of do it anyway. Just mail me some fish. That would be pleasant in the mail. Okay, so I'm getting a little off topic because I didn't write a song about any of that. So what do I write songs about? I usually write songs about sad stuff. And so I found that it was easier for me to play them on a ukulele because it kind of cheered them up a bit. So just by default. So I call myself a singer of sad songs on a happy instrument. And occasionally I write happy songs, and then it's just too much. It's too sugary. I might do one of those, but I'll start with a sad one. And it's called Fade Away. It's about just trying to hold on to people in your life that matter and trying to live a life that matters also. So hope you like it.
must be paid to roll and play, and the difference in your life they made. Don't know much, but I know how to love. Don't know much, but I knew your love. I knew your love won't let you fade away. Attention will be paid to the role you play, and the difference in my life you made. Won't let you fade away. 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 Thank you.
Howdy. Happy to be here tonight, and I don't often get to play my own songs. Do a lot of covers, do a lot of dueling pianos, and so I'm really excited to play some of my own tunes tonight, even though some of them were written long ago. Now this one was written, I think when I was halfway through college at St Olaf and overburdened and just could not get my stuff together. And I guess the thing they teach you in college is how to get the proper perspective. That's the name of this song. At the end of a day, do you find yourself saying, today I really seem to waste my time? I didn't get to finish all the things I intended. The day went fast, it ended, my oh my. At the start of the day, do you find yourself saying, today I wish there was something I could do? When I ain't been succeeding at the things I've been trying, I guess I'll sit here crying. Ooh. Well, don't sit and wonder why over the time that you think you've lost. The time that you sit feeling empty, that's the time that you're wasting. Go out and get a grip. Try something new if you want. You're not wasting time, it's only life that you're tasting. At the start of today, Lord, help me find myself singing. Today there is something I can do. Help me put things in their proper perspective. The future, my directive. Ooh. Help me put things in their proper perspective. The future, my directive. Ooh. An angry college kid. Thank you.
There's some fire on that one.
Some hot sauce too.
So this next one, this is called Girl, and so the story behind this one is I was kind of dating this girl, and as it sometimes goes, it didn't turn out Yeah. But that's okay, because I got the song out of it. I always say that's the consolation, right? I was driving across town one day, and she lived up by St. Paul Cathedral, and for some reason this idea came across my mind, and I kind of pulled over, and I was like, is that good or not? And I recorded it on my phone and didn't think about it, and then I came back. I was kind of rooting around trying to clean stuff up, and I was like, I think I could make something out of this. So this is called Girl.
Hides behind her eyes, never let you know if she's gonna smile, if she's gonna go. She is like a color that changes in the sun. I see her and I wonder where she has her fun. That girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church, chasing down the concrete. That girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church. Never heard a word. Is she all alone, walking through the mine? The world is like a cold, never fit her right. Maybe she's a diamond, could use a little shine. It bloom in the spring, but hasn't come to life. That girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church, chasing down the concrete. That girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church. Never heard a word. Oh, that girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church, chasing down the concrete. That girl is up on the hill, down from the old stone church. Never heard a word. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
It's a good thing it didn't work out, because that's a good song. I told someone.
Always look at the bright side.
Yeah,
right?
you know, you have to. The other day I was like, hitting rock bottom is really good for songwriters. Done it a couple times. All right. So this next song is a song that my husband and I, we moved to White Bear Lake when our kids were just getting to school age, and I didn't drive. I didn't drive till I was 30. I was just, I was born and raised in London. I never had to. We shared a car. Basically, he gave me rides everywhere until we moved to the suburbs, and I couldn't do that anymore. And so I was kind of stuck home with 2 little kids. And, I felt very lucky that I could stay home with them, but they are only a year and a half apart, and I was going crazy in my head, in my house. And so I just thought, man, I haven't written a song in so long. I just couldn't have any creative thoughts, and I wasn't performing much, and I just thought, this is it. What is this? Like, this is my life. And then I thought, oh my gosh, this is my life. I'm really, really grateful that I have 2 happy little, stinky little kids. And, they love me, I love them, and we'll figure the rest of it out. And so that was what I wrote a song about. And this is a song that a few years after that, maybe like an embarrassingly short amount of time after that, because I really thought I was in creative rock bottom at that point. It was maybe about 3 years between writing that, recording it, and then having Garrison Keillor introduce me on stage at the Fitz and saying that he liked this song very much, and it was his favorite. And that was so crazy, exciting to even perform on such a beautiful stage, and to have such an iconic person say that they liked one of your songs. So we got to sing, I think, it's all a bit of a blur because I was very nervous, but I think we got to play 4 songs that night. So that was a ton of fun, and this was the one he liked. It's called This Is It.
I know
It's a little song called Waiting. And I put out an album, a real album, LP, vinyl, like in 1982 or 3 or something like that. And I just fancied myself as a singer, me coming from the St Olaf Choir and, mostly singing. But there was one instrumental tune on the album called Waiting. That's the one that got the most airplay, which kind of made me wonder about my singing a little bit. And the reason it got the airplay is for some reason we were driving one night and we were driving between Milwaukee and Minneapolis, and we were listening to NPR and All Things Considered. And All Things Considered used this piece for a number of years back in the late 80s and early 90s between news segments, little snippets of this.
They still play that. I've heard that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not following that. So there you go. That's why I sit in the middle.
That was cool. So I'll tell the story behind this song. This song's called Slow Water, and everything that I've played so far is on my CD, Under the Lights. So if you like that, come find me afterwards, and we'll make a deal. This song took a long time to write, which is ironic because it's a song about patience, really. Probably from the first time I had the musical idea for this to when I actually finished it was probably about 10 years. It was this musical idea that I had, and I put it on a shelf because I couldn't figure out what to do with it. And then for whatever reason it came around a number of years later, and I thought, what if you slowed down the whole rhythm of this piece of music? And that's when the song really was born, is from slowing all that stuff down. And I was lucky enough to have Sunday night and the Lakers that play around the Twin City.
So you're saying Sunday night?
No,
like
Sunday
the
night.
The Lakers played on Sunday? I have no idea. Wrong audience.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Sunday night was nice enough to sing a duet with me. Obviously, he won't be able to be here tonight to sing his part, but if he was, he would do a great job. It goes like this.
This river don't run or fly like the crow. It unfurls and it wanders like a warm breeze blowing, resting on the banks. How it rises and falls, carrying that weight underneath it all. Where the slow water smooths the stone, like time, patient time, washing over and over. The storms and the seasons, they come and they go, while the slow water smooths the stone. I'm not easy to hold, a little rough around the edges. God knows I should let go, but I get careless and reckless. I wanna drown out the noise, forget all that I know, settle these bones and lay in the flow where the slow water smooths the stone, like time, patient time, washing over and over. The storms and the seasons, they come and they go, while the slow water smooths the stone. There's a bed down and it's waiting, I'm ready to go. It takes some time to take it easy and rest my soul. Where the slow water smooths the stone, like time, patient time, washing over and over. The storms and the seasons, they come and they go, while the slow water smooths the stone. Oh, slow water smooths the stone.
Thank you all.
That was beautiful. I didn't mean to imply you're easy to follow, by the way. I'm like having really English insecurity. You Minnesotans can relate. I'm like, oh, what do I say? I was thinking, which song should I play? I wrote this next one about one of my children, and she is very artsy. I said she was very artistic once at a gig, and a guy came over to me at the end, and he had bought me a bunch of flowers. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. No one's ever bought me flowers at a show. And then he shared with me that his son also was on the autistic spectrum. And I was like, oh, that wasn't what he said, but thank you. And I do have a brother with disabilities, but I was like, I need to be careful with my words. Anyway, I didn't correct him because it was just all way too awkward at that point. She likes to do a lot of art. That's how I need to say it. And she is also, she just has such a sunny disposition, and I cannot relate to it. I look at her like she's this mysterious creature, because she wakes up happy every day, like no matter what. It's great. And she's a teenager now, so it's pretty rare and special. But so her name is Lily, and she's very, very creative. And so I wrote a song about her, and I thought, well, what would kind of, be the hook and like give the song some kind of point? Because I mentioned earlier, I kind of write sad songs. It's not really my thing to write happy, upbeat songs. And I was like, okay. So I did some serious research, and I looked up a lot of Crayola color names, because Crayola color names are so great. And I was like, all right, that'll be what I'll put in the song. And funnily enough, just this week, Crayola announced they're getting rid of one of their colors, and they're being all mysterious, so people are like, ooh, what color? And Lily didn't miss a beat. She was like, chartreuse has gotta go. And I was like, it does? She had such an opinion about it. Like, she's right. Chartreuse has to go. Like, there's no ifs and buts, so we'll see. But I'm like, really, why don't I love the word. Like, why don't you like the color? And she was like, because it looks green and it colors yellow. It's gotta go. So we'll see. I'm like, now I'm really interested in what color goes. Anyway, the chartreuse is not in this song, but which is just as well, because she would probably hate the song. And fun little tidbit, I do also have CDs over there, and my newest CD, which is very colorful, on the back of the CD is a illustration of me, and I have a very huge head, so I don't know what that means, but Lily drew it, and I have a giant head, and it's such a cute little picture that I had to put it on the CD. So, all right, so the song's called Lily. being such a cliche, I'm drinking English rose tea up here. I feel very rosy.
Drinking Wyoming coffee.
Nice.
The Nesting Grounds.
Excellent.
Thank you, Nesting Grounds, for that. I'm going to do a little story song that I wrote. This is my newest song that I wrote just a few months ago. My dad was a cop in Milwaukee for 25 years, and it's for him. My father was a cop for 25 years. My mom was good at hiding her fears. She'd send them out the door each night. She'd tell us kids to all sleep tight. Every night my mom was alone, dreading the alarm call of the phone. He was my dad. He dressed in blue. He did everything he was asked to do. He wore a badge, he carried a gun. He thanked God every day that he never had to shoot anyone. My father was a cop for 25 years. Sometimes he'd come home in tears. He'd tell us of the night's events, domestic calls and car accidents. Story so sad he'd start to sob. He said it's tough, it's part of the job. He was my dad. He dressed in blue. He did every job he was ever asked to do. He wore a badge and he carried a gun. He thanked God every day that he never had to shoot anyone. My father was a cop for 25 years. There were days on the job that he held dear. He delivered 19 newborn babes, used first aid to make many saves. He broke up fights and he found lost pets. He said this is good as it gets. 'Cause he was my dad. He dressed in blue. He did every job he was ever asked to do. He wore a badge, he carried a gun. He thanked God every day he never had to shoot anyone. My father was a cop for 25 years. A job with no applause or cheers. His motto was treat all the same. He tried to learn each citizen's name. All are equal under the law, that's what he thought and what he saw. He was my dad, he dressed in blue. He did every job he was ever asked to do. He wore a badge, carried a gun, and he thanked God each day that he never had to shoot anyone. My father was a cop for 25 years. He's passed on now, but he still seems near. Whenever I see a cop today, I think of my dad and his kind way. Most cops are great, a few are bad. I wish they could be like my dad. He was my dad, he dressed in blue. He did everything he was asked to do. He wore a badge, he carried a gun. He thanked God every day that he never had to shoot anyone. Thank God each day he never had to shoot anyone. And I thank God every day that I am my father's son. Thank you. Thank you.
Life well lived. So this next song is called Under the Lights. It's the title track to my CD. I know that keeps coming up, the CD. But anyway, the origin of it is when I was a kid, when we were playing organized sports, we played football in Texas where I grew up, and the biggest game when we were playing Pee Wee football was the Under the Lights game, where you would get to go and play at the halftime of the high school, because that was the biggest deal in town for us. And so the title of the record is really a reflection on how that seemed like such a big deal. And sometimes, you know, the things that we recognize as the big moments in our life sometimes are the things that will carry with us for years. And sometimes it's little things, more inconsequential, more things in passing that tend to influence who we are as people. And so this song is kind of a reflection on that. It's called Life is a Road.
I've been around, I've landed hard on every side of the dice that falls, just as sure as whatever will be, time will move and fool us all. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. Do you wanna roll with me? We can see how far this goes. Follow where the stars might lead. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. I'm just a wheel. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Down the highway you will find me in those memories under the lights. Every purpose, mercy between us, I will be there by your side. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. Do you wanna roll with me? We can see how far this goes. Follow where the stars might lead. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. I'm just a wheel. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na. Someday the sunset will be ahead, just beyond where the pavement ends, and the road will turn away back to dust again. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. Do you wanna roll with me? We can see how far this goes. Follow where the stars might lead. Life is a road, I'm just a wheel. I'm just a wheel. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na 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 na.
All right. It was beautiful. So I don't know how many songs we're going to do total, but I know I don't want to leave tonight and not play this one. Did anyone see the mannequin challenge that was done here? Was anyone in it? Yay! It was incredibly well done. I just want to say major kudos to you all because you were like flawless. None of you moved. It was amazing. I liked seeing people coming in and then you could see them later like, oh yeah, we're inside now. Like it was good. It was like spot the people. It was good. It's quality acting. All right, so this is the song that I gifted you, although I think they got a little bit of a hard time on YouTube, but I did gift it to you. So if I get any money from it, I'll let you know. But it takes a while for that whole machinery, I think. Anyway, so this song is called Pearl, and the story behind this song is that I was kind of having a real hard time just moving on from some things in my life, and I felt very stuck in kind of negative thinking patterns. And so I actually had some hypnosis, which was weird, and I did not think it would work at all. In fact, when they were counting me back, I thought, this is really phony, and the guy sounds kind of loopy, and I'm not sure I'm believing in any of this. And I thought, I'm going to look at him right now, because I bet he's making a funny face. And so I tried to open my eyes to look at him, and I couldn't open them. And it was the weirdest feeling, because I thought, well, he didn't hypnotize me, like this is all phooey, but why can't I open my eyelids? And then I was like, okay, surrender, just let this happen. So I guess I was hypnotized, so that was a pretty weird experience. And I really felt lighter after the experience. I really felt like, I've really kind of said goodbye to a lot of that junk. So I went into my room, got out my ukulele, and weirdly enough, and I've discussed this with a couple of people tonight, the song just came, boom, whole song, there you go. And I don't normally write songs that way, and I was crying a lot. It was a mess, okay? Anyway, so I wrote the song. It all kind of happened right away, and my husband very quietly knocked on the door and kind of peeked in, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm really good. I wrote a really happy song. And he was just like, okay. And he backed out and closed the door. And this was the song. So this is my happy song. I felt like it was a real release. Okay. So here we go. This is called Pearl.
Say goodbye to you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I think you do.
sounded heavy.
Yeah, it was.
This next song is similar to Waiting, which you heard earlier. And I played Waiting enough times where people would come up and say, you know, all it needs is some words. And so I came up with this, and this is called Waiting Song. And the ultimate compliment that I've gotten for this song is I played it at 2 of my friends' weddings, so that's a good thing. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Won't you come with me? There's so much that we can see. We can spend the day. We needn't search for things to say. I've been waiting all my life to meet someone like you, someone I could talk to. You needn't answer now. Take some time to think it out. You may ponder it as long as you need. This is my waiting song. I've been waiting all my life to meet someone like you, someone to be close to. And I'll wait for you. I will wait for you. There's nothing I'd rather do. I will wait as long as you need. This is my waiting song. And I'll wait for you. I will wait for you. Won't you come with me? There's so much that we can be. And if our love grows strong, we both can end our waiting song. Thank you.
Excuse me, performers, can you?
Yes.
This is the 2-song warning.
2-song warning.
Were we supposed to say that out loud?
No.
All right, so the second to last song I'm going to play for you. I belong to this songwriters group on Facebook, and what happens is that every 2 weeks they put a prompt up and say, write a song about this. It's usually one word, or maybe it's a phrase, or maybe it's a picture, but that's the challenge, is to kind of keep that muscle working and try and create something every 2 weeks. And so like a month ago, I guess, the prompt was train. And I thought, okay, train. And I thought, well, there's been a lot of great train songs written, and I don't want to try and duplicate any of that. So how do I move backwards from that and figure out something that I want to write? And so I came up with this, and it happened to be, I don't know if you remember, but there was this one Saturday where it wasn't the last weekend, but it was like a month ago, and it was like really nice. It was 60 or something degrees, and the sun was shining in, and I was thinking about Dallas, where I grew up, and I started thinking back, and I was like, because there was this railroad track that's no longer there. They've removed the tracks, and we used to go there if anybody has done this, putting pennies on the railroad track and watching them. Then you say, well, what happens if I put a couple of pennies together, and they turn into one penny? So that's what inspired this song. It's called Forever.
I was the boy from down the street. You were the girl I wanted to meet. A couple of smiles and it didn't take long. We were head over heels, I was good as gone. Made up any story so that we could get away. We were always running around, never running out of things to say. We found a little place we called our own, out next to where the wildflowers grow. I remember 2 pennies on a steel rail, the summer sun hanging in the air, bikes laid down in the grass, waiting on the train to pass by. Honeysuckle on the tips of our tongues. We're so tired of being so young. That first kiss we shared together, thought that it might last forever. Now there's houses growing down that beaten path. Those tracks are come and gone, and they ain't coming back. I think of those memories like a sentimental fool. Do you remember like the way that I still do? Those 2 pennies on a steel rail, the summer sun hanging in the air, bikes laid down in the grass, waiting on the train to pass by. Honeysuckle on the tips of our tongues. We're so tired of being so young. That first kiss we shared together, thought that it might last forever. Summer sun hanging in the air, bikes laid down in the grass, waiting on the train to pass by. Honeysuckle on the tips of our tongues. We're so tired of being so young. That first kiss we shared together, thought that it might last forever. Thought it might last forever.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. I didn't know the pennies thing too. I'm like, oh, I'm learning something. I've never heard about that.
Yep. Old pastime.
Well, we have really fast trains in England, so I've been trained from a very early age to avoid train tracks. And my husband grew up kind of right on the cusp of Iowa and Missouri, and he's like, let's just stroll down this train track. And I'm like, no! I'm like, So yeah, I couldn't walk on a frozen lake for the longest time either. I still not a fan. Doesn't get that, the ice doesn't get that thick in England. Anyway, I am also a member of that same Facebook group, and I just kind of watch what other people do. I wrote one song, and I'm like, I'm out. It is too much pressure. I can't do something every 2 weeks. Anyway, so I am going to England this summer. I'm going like in a month. I'm going May 1st, and I'm really excited. I've been back, you know, just to visit a few times, obviously, since I've left, but I have never gone to play music, so I'm really excited. I'm playing 2 different ukulele festivals because I'm really cool. I also have an ABBA cover band because I'm really cool. So yeah, that's kind of my jam, is doing things like that. But I'm really excited, so I'm playing 2 festivals and then gigging as much as I can in between. And part of that time we'll be putting on a concert at my oldest brother's hospital, because he is very severely mentally and physically disabled. And a couple of years ago, this is why I need an outlet. We all need our outlets. But a couple of years ago, I became his legal guardian, which is a pretty big responsibility. I was the baby of the family, but we lost our parents when we were kids, and he has stuff that needs to be done and legally taken care of. So I do that, and that means I get to visit him more, which is amazing. So this is a song, this is a very long introduction to, this is a song about him, and we Skype every month, even though we just blow kisses at each other. And sometimes I sing to him, but mostly he does a couple of things. He blows kisses a lot, and he does a fake snore, which is an inside joke, believe it or not. No one else kind of knows why he does that, but our dad used to fall asleep in front of the TV a lot. So he would do the fake snore, making fun of our dad. So he's got a sense of humor, and there's a real light spark inside of him. He just can't tell us what's on his mind, which is pretty heartbreaking. So I wrote a song for him. It's called Peter.
When you see my face, you smile. Have you been listening all the while? Do you know me? Can you show me?
song is called In Dallas.
Ooh, connection.
And I wrote this a long time ago. It has to do with John F. Kennedy's assassination. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think someday we're all just going to go, holy cow. Back in November of '63 was the great American atrocity. Shots were well planned, bullets were laid into the heart of a Kennedy motorcade. Away the Lincoln limousine sped, with the wife, the governor, and the president dead in Dallas. Well, they pinned the rap on a man named Lee. He worked at the Dallas Book Depository. He played it up. He was a dunce. They never told you he worked in the war room once. They planted some funny gun pictures in his home, trying to kill 2 birds with one stone. Funny pictures, you ask. I see with a grin. Somehow Lee Oswald grew a new chin. In Dallas, there are too many things that just aren't clear. I think ought to be brought out here. The gun Lee Oswald was to have used was far too slow. It's been proved. So they say that one shot hit Kennedy and proceeded to hit John Connolly. If you study the angles, you're gonna learn that bullet would have had to make 2 90-degree turns in midair in Dallas. Well, now I'm sorry that a man named Lee, his name will be burned down in history. His name's synonymous with infamy. It must be a case of national security. National security isn't always plain. Not too secure when you lose JFK's brain. We don't know who you are, time will tell. I'm sure someone knows may rot in hell. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to follow up with a song. I close with this song a lot. It's the last song on my record, and it's kind of a similar topic. It's called Death, but a little bit lighter. The lighter side of death, as you'll hear here in a second. I was talking with a friend of mine, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody passed away, and we were talking about death, and I said, well, death is awkward and inconvenient. And he started laughing, and he said, that's really true. And so about a month or so later, I take the bus into work from St. Paul to Minneapolis, and I wrote this whole lyric down in that trip from one place to another, set to kind of a Chuck Berry, who's one of my guys, and who, of course, we lost last week. So anyway, all that to wrap up and say, for my final song, this is Death.
Well, when I was 9 years old, I had this Uncle Ray that I had never met. He passed away one day, so we piled in the car in our Sunday's best. We drove 100 miles to lay Ray to rest. Well, it was hot and it was Saturday. That just made it worse. I asked my mom, does this mean we don't have to go to church? There's all of this family I didn't really know. Bowed my head and prayed, and I couldn't wait to go. Yeah, death is awkward and inconvenient. It's all of the people and all of the grieving. What did you hear? It's so sad. Last time I saw him, he looked pretty bad. Get your wheels turning. What if I'm next? It's just a matter of time. Then death. I'm a little older, nothing's really changed, except how much I notice that death gets in the way. Killing people's plans, making life a bummer. Just like paying taxes, it isn't any wonder. Yeah, death is awkward and inconvenient, even when it's for the best. It isn't really even what to do, what to say. Somber, not funny. And God help us all if they're splitting up the money. Better get right with the man if it hasn't hit you yet. Just a matter of time. Yeah. church. Yeah, death is awkward and inconvenient. Take a moment, think about everything that you believe in. Pray and breathe deep, life goes pretty fast. You were meant to be here, but you were meant to last. Stop and smell the roses every chance that you can get. Just a matter of time and death.
Thanks so much, everybody. It's been a lot of fun.
Exactly.
All right. The song I'm going to play is such a bad transition. It really doesn't work. I selfishly just want to try this song in here because the acoustics are so pretty. I was saying before the show, like it's kind of like singing in your bathroom. Like anytime I sing in a church, I'm like, thank you. But really just for the acoustics, which is so blasphemous. It's terrible. Shouldn't say it. But I do love singing in churches. When my choir director noticed that I was just singing kind of the loudest, he was like, I hope you're singing the loudest for Jesus. And I was like, yeah, sure. Anyway, it's terrible. So this is my newest song, so it's also it's always good to try it out in front of people. I wrote this on Inauguration Day this year because I had a gig that night and he knew it was going to get really political, and I was just like in a state of sheer panic all day because I thought I have nothing to say. I have nothing wise, nothing comforting, nothing intelligent, nothing, and really nothing political. So I was kind of just in panic and a cold sweat, which works really well for me. So I should maybe try that group again. I work well just, with a lot of pressure. So I thought, well, I've got nothing really to say. I think that we should listen. We should do this. We should be involved in our communities, and we should talk to our neighbors, and we should come together. And none of that's in the song, but it's implied.
It's implied.
It's implied. It's a very minimal song. There's really not very many words at all. So, and in my most Minnesotan passive-aggressive moment, I called the song "Listen." So please listen. But you guys have listened. You really spoiled us. So it's very, very nice. Is how it all ends. Nobody wins, and no one left his friend. Everybody's trying to be heard. The days like this, I don't have the words. So if all you have is fear, no one wants to hear, and all of you hold dear starts to disappear. It doesn't seem to matter what it's real, just to shout in the loudest how they feel. In times like this, I feel I have no choice. The only thing we own is our voice. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is also the debut of my kitty socks, so feeling pretty good about them.
All right. I hate to end with this, but that's what I got. I work a lot in bars, and I've been working in bars for about 43, 44 years, long time. And this I wrote a long time ago, long before I was married. And if my wife had something to say about this song, it would be, you can take Charlie out of Milwaukee, but you can't take the Milwaukee out of Charlie. And this is called On the Inside. Met a lady last night in a bar. I shouldn't say I met her, but I saw her across the room. Now the room was smoky choky. They were 5 deep at the bar. But the lady had paralyzed the barroom blue. Yeah. So give me the courage. Give me the strength to walk over to her. Give me the language so I can go and talk to her. She's so damn pretty. And there's something hard to hide. But I gotta know what she's like on the inside. Sat there for an hour in the bar. Tried to keep from staring, so I watched me a game of pool. I saw my old friend deadhead. He had a six-pack out in the car. But the lady had me paralyzed to the barroom stool. So give me the courage. Give me the strength to walk over to her. Give me the language so I can go and talk to her. She's so damn pretty. There's something hard to hide, but I gotta know what she's like on the inside. I never had this problem in any bar. I always found some time to move, and I could always find something to say. But I had no fine line this time. I got up to leave the bar. As I left, she said a smile my way. So give me the courage. Give me the strength to walk over to her. Give me the language so I can go and talk to her. She's so damn pretty. Now there's something hard to hide. But I gotta know what she's like. I gotta know what she's like. Gotta know what she's like on the inside. Something like that. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you, Wyoming, and thank you, Hallberg Center for the Arts. Steve Hallberg's here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, one last time for Graham Bramblett, Katie Vernon,
Thank you so much.
CharlieO. Let them hear it. All right, thank you so much, everybody.